Hey everybody, my name is Zach Weber. I am a licensed professional counselor, certified therapeutic game master, and proud forever DM. And I own the counseling business Dragon's Den Counseling, and I work primarily with neurodivergent kids, teens, and young adults. And basically, the goal is to let's make therapy fun. And with that comes a lot of nerdiness, geekiness, all of that. And more specifically, I would say, is Dungeons and Dragons. And I'm sure you'll tell eventually, based on the name of everything I have and what I'm about to show, big time D&D fan. You even know little beholders popping out there. So I went and probably spent a little bit too much money, but it's for a good cause. It is for the counseling business. It is specifically for my Dungeons and Dragons social skills groups, and I figured I've been 3D printing everything. It's been a lot of fun, a lot of work, but might as well get some miniatures, some goodies, some extra map things, some tiles to make it a little bit more immersive, a little bit more fun, a little bit of something for everybody versus just kind of what I've been doing so far. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and just kind of show some of this stuff, maybe explain how it can be therapeutic if possible, and then just kind of talk about why I think it was cool and kind of go from there. And I would love to hear anyone's comments if anyone has anything that they think might be beneficial to maybe add, or maybe if they have a place where because I'm probably gonna talk a lot about I wish I found this, that over time. So if you maybe know some cool locations, have some fun stories to share, anything, please feel free to like, comment, anything. Awesome. So kind of get started here. First one, I'm then going in order. I'm just kind of grabbing. I got a big old pile of stuff. First, we got this. These are, let me just read the actual title of it. Spell effects, right? So, we got Fear, we got Fireball, Moonbeam, Spirit Guardians, Web, Hypnotic Patterns, Spirit Guardians again. Well, I guess, there's a couple Spirit Guardians, different, types. We got Angelic, Fiend, Fae, got Burning Hands, and Fairy Fire. I've been looking for something a little different, but I figure, this is a great way for representing kind of what we're doing, right? Because the big thing working with neurodivergent individuals is sometimes you want to see what you're doing, right? It's a little tricky to do the theater of the mind stuff. So having all these, which putting in the back, kind of shows what we got. So this will be fun. Instead of using, because right now I've been using, one of these. A little tricky, hard to see. It'd be nicer to use other ones. Alrighty, so next, let's see here what we got here. Ooh, Frost Giant. So I have written a campaign guide, campaign setting, and I've made versions where it's specifically for therapists, but also for anyone who enjoys TTRPGs. And there's a whole kingdom where it's all giants. So you'll probably see a handful of giants be pulling out. Frost Giants are one of them, and they're pretty big, pretty expensive to 3D print, and especially working with the neurodivergent community. A lot of tactile stuff, right? Want to mess with minis, play around with them, and 3D printed stuff, especially resin printed stuff, it snaps very easily, very sadly, very easily. So these are great, especially Whiz Kids and Reapers, which I got a little bit of both here. It's great for messing around with, being flexible, and you can see a lot of detail. It's a lot of great opportunities to fidget around, feel, different grooves, edges, all of that. It's great for, kind of relaxing if you're a little stressed out, especially if you're new to a group. Up next, classical gelatinous cube. I wasn't planning on getting this, but I happened to see it, and I also saw that for what I can see, there's like some plastic baggy thing in there. I really hope you can set this on top of, player PCs, even enemy characters. This will be fun. So we'll see how this goes, but this will be fun. Great opportunity as well, especially in a group, maybe to get, some laughs, or maybe it's getting a little stale or people are a little nervous. Throw a gelatinous cube on them. How the heck are you going to get out, right? Hopefully lead some fun, creative ways, or maybe team has to pull them out, do something silly. That I think that's a great opportunity to get some more engagement in the group. Up next, we got here Burning Spheres. So this is like multi use, I think. For me, obviously, Burning Sphere, set it down, bam, there it is. This could be a campfire. This can be a fire spirit, whatever, right? And they're little. So it's pretty much obviously, it's listed as Burning Sphere, but many uses for this, which will be fun. What we got here next? Okay, Draconian Dreadnought. So I'll be honest, I probably never use this specifically to be a Draconian Dreadnought, but there is a location in Xandra, which you will hear me talk about Xandra all the time. Gotta plug myself, but also it's a world that I've been using in therapy for almost 2 years now. Super into it, and a lot of my examples be for that because all my therapy groups fall in that world. But there is a location called Drillth, which is a dragonborn kingdom, and there's a handful of them with wings. So when I saw this, bad boy's got some wings on here, figured this would be awesome to kind of show the more powerful. It's one of those, the more in touch they are with Yoggoth, which is an ancient dragon that accidentally got petrified, and it's a giant statue kind of covering the whole kingdom. The more in tune they are with him, because it's one of it's almost like a deity to them, they start growing wings, get a lot more draconic features, more than they already have, this will be fun. Let me grab this one here, fell down. So this is actually, I'm going to grab a couple because they kind of all go together. So there are a lot of situations where there's elementals involved. I love elementals. And I saw there's a little bit smaller earth elementals, but also Reaper's got some bigger ones. Not that much bigger, but still bigger. So I figured this would be a fun way to maybe have like an encounter where, usually you assume the bigger guy's the boss, right? So maybe bigger guy with the smaller elementals. We'll see. I think it'd be fun though. Get some variety as well, because we don't want to see the exact same miniature over and over and over. So variations is fun. But also we got the medium fire elemental. I will say on the back it's red. This one's clear. Wish it was red, but you know what? Can't be too picky. It's nice to have little fire elementals because I have some big ones at my office. So having the little ones can be a great way to maybe introduce elementals at a lower level without having to just. I don't know off the top of my head the CR they are, but decently high CR for early campaigns. What we got here next? Okay, Temp and a lean toe. People always do camping, right? And big thing I've been trying to do is, instead of just having you're sleeping or who's doing watch, right? There's some encounters in there. I'll be honest, I don't do that as often because usually we're trying to just progress the story or do something, but we got these. If we ever find ourselves maybe having an encounter or anything that takes a long time at the where they're taking a rest, a little bit more immersion right there with that, which is fun. Okay, let's see what next. Shadows. This is going to be another one of those where it's like a multi-purpose thing, right? It looks like a shadow, but at the same time, it looks like a ghost. It can be a phantom. It can be whatever, right? If someone's a little translucent or invisible or something, this can be a great way to represent if someone is invisible, right? Because we don't have to have the exact mini. If they're a dwarf and they go invisible or something like that, obviously this is not a dwarf, but it's a great way to remind people, because especially working with neurodivergent people. I'm also neurodivergent, so sometimes it's easy to get lost or forget that something is invisible or not, and this can be a great way instead of just having a status ring on them or something like that. We got here next. Okay, this one, my daughter made me get it. I love mimics. Don't get me wrong. I have so many though. That's the issue. But this one, literally, she said it is basically Shrek's bathroom mimic, and I was like, you know what? You got me there. I love it. We're gonna get it. Maybe we'll do a Shrek one shot, and that will be a boss. That'd be fun. Let's see here next. Okay, this one's from Critical Role. I've been eyeballing these. Got a little excited when I saw it. This is a Mage Hunter Golem, and in my world, there is a city prison called Argris, and in there, there's obviously the warden, guards, things like that, but a lot of the ways to deal with threats are through constructs, because a lot of people in there, these are like world-ending threats, right? So like if we were to think Marvel, think like Thanos, or Galactus probably be hard to put in a prison, but you get the idea. Big threats. So like ancient dragons or like a super powerful lich, whatever. These guys are able to take them down just through means, right? I don't want to go in the whole thing. There's a whole thing with all that, but when I saw this, it looks actually very similar, surprisingly, to the way I had the constructs set up when I had the concept art for all of them. Saw this, I was very excited. Had to get it. What we got here? Okay, let's see. I think a lot of these are gonna be giants next, so we'll just start going to giants. Same thing as before, right? You have a giant kingdom. I don't want just one giant, right? I want variety. I want to have, because especially, there's all the types of giants. And I don't want to just throw one big guy on there and be like, hey, he's a giant, right? So we want inclusivity. We want people to feel, which sounds weird to say this for giants, but feel known, seen, and represented, right? So having diversity with even the miniatures goes a long way, I feel. Got a cloud giant. which is cool. And it looks like it's a female claw giant. So I'm always a big fan of female minis because a lot of times it's a lot of male minis, and if females are playing, especially young girls, and they see just a bunch of dudes at a table and a bunch of dudes in miniatures, doesn't feel as inviting, right? Love that they have a female mini here. Up next, we got Spectral Cloud. I believe it's a Spectral Cloud giant, but I figured kind of same thing, right? Be a big ghost. If a giant happens to go invisible, you can put it down that way. Maybe the last known location of it. Just a great way. And I honestly just really like translucent miniatures. This is cool. Pretty cheap too, so had to get it. All right, going on here. Up next, we have a Fire Giant Hellbringer. I'll be honest, I'm kind of just dumbing it down to a Fire Giant, right? Have a cool Fire Giant because once again, every type of giant is in Utgard, so we need those. Set those aside. Here next, we have a Hill Giant. Big boy right here. These ones are fun. Love throwing these, specifically Hill Giants, at lower level parties. Maybe make it some sort of fun encounter. And if I'm being honest, it looks a little silly. So I think this can get some good laughs at a table, especially young kids. Maybe making some jokes, finding ways, especially a bard, right? You've got to get that vicious mockery in. Great opportunity there. And let's see. Oh, almost forgot an elemental here. This obviously is the biggest one. This is let's say it as a huge air elemental lord, so big dude, right? But the cool thing with this, I feel like, is it's bluish, so it can be an air elemental, but also it can be a water elemental, right? So I figured, I really like multi-purpose miniatures. It's really good because, it takes a lot of space to have one of each, and something that can be maybe a water elemental, maybe air elemental. Great opportunity, I feel like. And it's huge, so get the wow factor working with kids. I think that's cool. Up next, this is one of the MTG crossover miniatures. This was Asperia Law Incarnate. I don't know what set's from it. I haven't played Magic in a while, but love Sphinx. Sphinx are really fun to throw in. And it's pretty big, which, like I said earlier, printing big miniatures costs a little bit. If it ever gets messed up in the middle of a print, you got to start all over. It takes a lot of resin. So I saw this, had to snatch it up. Here, let's see here. I think that's all the minis. Oh, no, there's one more, but we'll save that one. Well, two more. Okay, we'll save those. But big thing I've got as well, I have a few of these, but I wanted to get some more. They are like a styrofoam E20. Big crowd pleaser at the groups because they bounce. They bounce pretty well, actually. So it's a lot of fun where it's like, hey, let's make a roll, and they can literally just toss it up, throw it across the room. Hopefully not on my stuff, but throw it across the room, and it's a lot of fun. They bounce, get a lot of laughs, a lot of engagement in the group, which is what we want, right? We don't want people feeling bored, kind of zoning out. This is a great way. So I saw some more of these. Always get them. Anytime I see them, I end up buying. I probably have 2 minutes eventually, but okay. Let's see here. I'll just grab this one next. I'll be honest, I have no idea how I'm gonna use this one in a group. This is more because I just love dragons a lot. But got this big boy here. We got a red ghost dragon. It's a little glaring, but this thing is sweet. I'll probably get some pictures and post them on the page, but this one's sweet. It's really cool. Yeah, like I said, I have no idea how I'm going to use it, but I'll figure out a way because this thing is awesome. So right here. Okay. Up next, we got from Reaper Bones, got Mossbeard. Now, I'll show on the back, make it probably easier to see. This one's cool because in a location called Nandorn, there is oh man, like I should have a name here. There is a special grove, right, deep in the woods, and up to the Heart Grove. And there is a massive kind of treant type thing. And depending on the quest you do, it's either a villain, it could be an ally, or it's just a dude kind of there. But he's huge, and it's really hard to represent. And funny enough, I've basically been using like a garden gnome tree-looking thing for it. I saw this, and I was like, absolutely, this is literally exactly what I was looking for with this. This is going to be a lot of fun. This is going to get a lot of wows, I feel like. Especially because everything's to scale, right? So that thing is massive next to a miniature. Up next here, we got 2 left, by the way. Big old battle map book. So I got one. I didn't realize they had bigger ones. I was really excited when I saw this. I think the one I have is like, this big, not this big. So when I saw this is amazing. I do a lot of one-on-one D&D with clients, and especially I have 2 kids as well. Right here, I'm bouncing around up there. But it's a lot of fun on the go. You don't have to do a lot of prep, finding maps, because I use a digital screen, so you got to get all the images up, all that, or you don't have to set a lot of stuff up. on the go. Just flip through, find one, throw some minis on it, throw some trees, throw whatever on it. I was very happy to see this. This is cool. And last but certainly not least here, we got Warlock tiles. And I already have the dungeon one. I wanted to get the town one. I'm trying to get all of them, but you know, don't want to spend too much money right away. But I figured I'm kind of wanting to transition away from digital screens. So I got this. This is a start. You know, you do some little things, not too much, but still, it's a fun opportunity. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, and honestly, I'd say that's all, but it's a lot. But that's my haul for today. I'm going to be posting some more videos. I'm going to be going on a D20 cruise and DMing on there, which is going to be a lot of fun. I'm also going to be working with the people at D&D at Castle because they're going to be local in Ohio. And so I'm going to kind of go up there, help out, pretty much whatever they need me to do. I'll be like, I got you. And, you know, I'm going to be posting some videos of the cruise, and hopefully some behind the scenes stuff at D&D at Castle if I'm allowed to. And pretty soon, hopefully I'll be, you know, shooting some videos in my office, kind of show everybody that, hopefully get some, you know, live play games going. But yeah, I'm excited. This is gonna be a lot of fun. So figured this might be a fun introductory video. But like I said earlier, you know, if you have any comments, anything like that you want to make, anything you think maybe I should look into, especially, you know, working with kids, I love people sending advice, comments, things like that, because I just love soaking up information, trying to help people the best I can. So with that, hope everyone has a great day, and hopefully I'll see you guys all later.